Hi,
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching
AccessTV.org.
What time is it? It's time to get hip and grit with your host, Councilwoman rJo Winch, here in the city of Hartford, located at this moment at Greater Joy Mission Church at 49 Charter Road Avenue. I had to look at the pastor because I always get his address messed up. So I had to check it for a minute, make sure I got it right.
She's the only one allowed to do that.
All right, I thank you, Pastor. I have some privileges. May not have many, but I do have some. You know what? My heart is heavy tonight. You know, we have some great things that are going on in the city of Hartford with Lady Carrie is going to tell you about the 40th anniversary of the Double Dutch. And then we have some horrific things that are going on with a young lady at the University of Hartford, just unprovoked. You know, this hatred of an individual just because they showed up as your roommate as the wrong color. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our far left and have individuals to introduce themselves. Then we're going to get right into the conversation.
Fatira Henry, coach of the Rope Rockers Double Dutch team from New Haven, Connecticut.
Lady Carrie McCauley, co-pastor of Greater Joy Mission Church, First Lady of Greater Joy Mission Church, state rep for the American Double Dutch League.
Oh, Reverend Darrell McCoy, senior pastor, Greater Joy Mission Church.
All right, so let's hit the light stuff first. You know, so Lady Carrie, tell us all about the Double Dutch, when it's going to be happening, where it's going to be, how individuals can get tickets to participate.
All right, well, on tomorrow, at Artist Collective, 1200 Albany Avenue, we will be celebrating 40 years, I want to say 40 years plus.
And what is tomorrow's date?
Tomorrow's date is November 4th, 2017. And we will be having a reunion. A Double Dutch reunion, and basically the Double Dutch reunion is us who were former jumpers, former coaches, back in the day, everyone that participated in Double Dutch in the city of Hartford, we all are coming together at the Artist Collective, and we're just celebrating. Also, too, is going to be a documentary that's going to be taking place there. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on there. We're going to have food. We're going to have interaction. We're going to have demonstration, Double Dutch demonstrations. And yeah, and it's going to be fun. So I do have tickets. The tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for kids. Also, too, T-shirts are going to be on sale because we are trying to make Double Dutch an Olympic sport. And on this day, not only on this day, but for here on, we're going to be campaigning, trying to make Double Dutch an Olympic sport. So I will have your T-shirts on sale for $20.
And not only that, you all have a free program that y'all do on Wednesdays at 5:30 where children can come, you know, and jump rope. And, you know, we need to help in that. So if people can support the program just by way of donating water, juice, snacks, for the kids to partake of when they come. Yeah. So can you let people know about that Double Dutch program that you offer absolutely 100% free with your time and facility?
Yes.
And let them know where you are and where they can drop those things off.
Yes, so every Wednesday we're here at Greater Joy Mission Church of Deliverance on 49 Charter Oak Avenue. I do have a free program for the youth and also too for adults to come down and teach the youth how to jump Double Dutch. The time is from 5:30 to 7 here at Greater Joy Mission. And like, you know, Councilwoman said that, you know, we would appreciate, you know, the sponsorship of water, snacks, because the program is free. It is free. So we can use the snacks to be able to give to the youth once they're finished doing all that jumping around.
So that's for the youth and the not so young youth.
Yeah.
So any of you who are not so young want to come out and jump, make sure you bring your tennis shoes. Don't be like that example we showed you earlier. That's not what to do. And Lady Carrie know better. You know cause she had an injury not too long ago. We're not trying to help her to re-injure her foot. So we're gonna make sure that she keep her feet locked and secured, when she out there doing stuff. So unfortunately, we are not that young. I'm speaking for all of we's. We not that young. We young in heart.
Right.
We young in heart, but our bones don't understand that we're young in heart.
Exactly.
So our bones will break and crack. But I just want y'all to just, keep it locked here on accesstv.org and get hip and get a grip, because we bring it to you raw, live, and uncensored. And one of the things that I always do is thank our executive producer and his wife, Naisha McCauley, for just providing us this opportunity. And because we love him, we're going to be celebrating him the first of the year, 2018. I'll give y'all more information later on. But I want y'all to come out and let him know that we appreciate all the work and all the time that he gives and dedicates to many of you out there in Hartford community and abroad. So we'll give you more information about that later once we get all the details worked out. We won't tell you on the show because we're not going to tell him. Okay? So we will be in contact with you so that you know what that is. But anyway, so like I said a little earlier, my heart is heavy and I get a lot of calls and people are like, okay, so Councilwoman, what are you going to do, me, not me singularly, about what's going on with individuals who are being bullied? Because y'all know, or many of you know, that I have really been on this bullying legislation kick, because we have got to do something about our children who are being, victimized by other children, or in this case, adults, with deviant behavior. So we consider our children from birth to 24. So that's mostly take our kids right through college. So this college student, and it's no secret that her name is rJo, it's public information, because she had to take it to the public to get action. Because she had reported it to the administration that things were going on in her room with her roommate and nothing was happening. But you know what? We're going to talk about that when we come back. So we're going to take a break right here. You keep it locked on Channel 8 on accesstv.org. Get it. What time is it? It's time to get hip and get a grip. Yes, you're back here with Councilwoman rJo Winch, and this is Friday, November the 3rd. And so let me just back up. Like about a couple of days ago, the state passed a budget for the state of Connecticut, and the city of Hartford had been, let's say, threatening, shouting, screaming that if you don't give us $40 million, we're going to file bankruptcy, we're going to do all these things. Well, not only did the state, honor what, I shouldn't even say the city of Hartford. Let's say the mayor of the city of Hartford, because rJo in the city of Hartford, and I was not requesting that, right? Or threatening that. Yes, we need assistance, but I was not threatening that, because broke people, which many of us are, know how to spend and budget money. If you have more money, you can do more things. If you have less money, then you need to do less things. But the last thing that you need to do is not budget your money and then go crying wolf that you need more money. However, that being the case, the state of Connecticut is granting the city of Hartford $56 million, which is $16 million more than the city, I'll say all of us, than the city have been requesting. So therefore, the great thing for that is all of you is now the bankruptcy conversation needs to stop. So now what we need to do is get together, the mayor and the council that you are elected to run this city, get together and find out how we best spend that $56 million so that we don't have to have this conversation again next year. Because every single year, the city is supposed to pass a balanced budget. I'm not telling you that happened last year, and I'm not telling you that happened the year before. But what I will be telling you that last year, rJo did not vote for the budget. When it was time to do the budget, I took a walk. Because I'm not going to vote for things that hurt people who elected me to support them, who elected me to provide for them. I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to you or myself. Because if I cut things from you, I'm also cutting it from me. And I'm cutting it from my family the same way I'm cutting it from your family. So that's just to give you a little hiatus about what's going to be coming in the future. Because I'm not going to stop talking about we need to do better about taking care of the residents of the city of Hartford. And you all elected us to do. We're representative government. We represent you. So unless you come to me and say, rJo, I want to file bankruptcy, I'm not even going to put it on the table. rJo, I want you to raise my taxes and cut my services. I'm not even going to think about it. So whatever it is that you need from this governmental person, you call me 860-256-1145 because that's your cell phone. Anytime you feel like dialing that number, you call it. 860-256-1145. Trust me, somebody gonna pick up that number. All right? So we got that done. Talked about the state budget. Now we're gonna talk about the other situation. And I'm gonna start off with Pastor Daryl McCauley, because what is some of your thoughts about that kind of situation?
Well, it's one of the reasons why I personally love and respect Councilwoman rJo Winch. It's very important that elected officials must understand that they are elected to be accountable to the people, that they must be very cognizant of the fact that they never become segregated to one group of people or any interest group of people. One of the things I like about Sister rJo, she visits everybody. When you going down the street and you have an elected official who don't speak to you, there's a problem. When you look up and see there's a public gathering and they don't inform you, there's a problem. So it's very important that elected officials understand that they are working in a government for the people, elected by the people. So all we ask is that they understand and be more educated and be more empathetic to the citizens for which they serve. Several years ago, one of the things I can say, and this is going back in history, I remember when Pastor Stan McCauley was meeting with a group of individuals, and they were talking that prior to going into office, they wanted a group of terms for which people want to agree upon that should be met. I think with any contract, it's very important that people have whatever the terms that they're asking to address be met, or the contract is negligent. So when we put these officials in office, we the people are asking them to, as an elected body, if I'm correct, to meet these terms. Unfortunately, elected bodies, if you do not communicate with us, you're not representing me, then we the people have the power of the vote to vote you out. So don't get comfortable in the fact of thinking that this is where you belong. If you do not represent us, you're not zealously representing us, then the power of the vote, there can be changes.
Oh, well, absolutely, absolutely. We need to let 45 know that loud and clear, because he thinks it's a dictatorship. But he's finding that out slowly but surely. I'm so glad the Republicans are finally waking up. They're finally getting some strength. Finally saying, oh, wait, I could deal with him if he say that, but oh no, he can't do that. So I'm glad that there are some barriers, some things that they will just not stand for. Because when you start messing with people's money, they always gonna come out. So he messing with their money now. So no, they coming up. And so we're going to get, you know, some things happening that should have been happening in the first place. People need to be, like Pastor was saying, you know, accountable for what they commit to doing. And if you don't know better, then you need to seek some assistance from people who have experience and do know better.
Right.
And we know that when you, and I will tell you firsthand, that when I first got into government and I thought what government was, I got shocked into reality too. So I understand 45's position, but unlike him, I was willing to listen and learn.
Right.
So that's the thing that we're trying to get him to know now. And so I didn't know, Lady Carrie, if you had some sentiments or comments about, you know, the situation that's going on with the lady, and you know, like, you know, being bullied and tormented and things happening to her, and she was sick and going to the doctor, and they couldn't figure out what the ailments were.
Wow.
Or what was causing them.
Yeah, my take is, you know, I have a son that he has all type of allergies, and if he get a hold to the wrong thing and he have a allergic reaction, he can die if he don't have his EpiPen or whatever. Now, you know, what came to my mind is like, now what, you know, all the stuff that, you know, this young lady was putting in her food
her
and
makeup,
you know,
her
all that
cosmetics,
kind
her
of stuff.
toothpaste, yeah.
And what if she was allergic to some whatever she was putting in there, and this girl just died? And to me, I mean, it seemed like that's what she was trying to do. Yeah, you know, trying to kill her
But she saw her getting sick.
Right,
You know,
right.
like,
And it reminded me also too of, you know, last night I was, me and my husband and the family was watching Flint, and how the water, you know, the water was dirty, was contaminated, and went to the officials, and they made the people feel like they were crazy.
Right.
You know, like the water wasn't contaminated, and these
Right.
people getting sick, and a lady crying out and saying, you know, that they found out that she had cancer and all this other stuff that was going on, you know, inside her. Kids getting sick, breaking out in rashes and stuff. And so it kind of like, you know, when I looked at that, it kind of like reminded me of what was going on with this young lady. You know, I mean, I can just only imagine, you know, not knowing that somebody really feel that way about me. That they,
And why?
you trying to kill me? You hurting me? You know.
but then what about the administration? You know, when she went to the administration to tell them, you know, that things are happening in her room, and they just kind of like, you know, blowing it off, like when children are being bullied by other kids, you know, well, they keep poking me in my back, and the teacher's like, oh, don't worry about it, you know, it'll stop. No, it's not going to stop, because you got me sitting in front of that person who I'm telling you keep poking me in my back.
Right.
So why don't you remove them, you know, or put me behind them?
Or find out
You know,
what's
why they
going
poking
on.
me?
Right, because me myself, personally, as a parent, regardless of how old a child is, as a parent, that's still my child.
Right.
You know, and when my kids are not in my presence and they at school,
The
they
school
under
is
your
res-
care. They're
there you
responsible
go,
for my
there you
kid.
go,
You know
there
what
you
I'm
go.
saying? So same concept for this young lady, even though she's in college, but
The college.
exactly, it's responsible for her.
So when you were doing, like, you know, your children, and you're having double dutches and stuff, so when kids come up with, you know, because not all kids gonna get along.
Right.
You know, when they come up with things and they have, you know, problems. So what are some of the things that you all do for, like, conflict resolution when children aren't getting along with each other, so that they respect one another in the game?
We try to make them talk it out with one another, but with females it can get kind of hard. But we definitely like try to make them talk it out, even if we allow them to be angry with one another. If it means lashing out, then you get it off and she get it off, so we can keep going. That's really bad what happened to that young lady, like in her toothpaste. Those are her everyday living things that she was using. So to have to get up every morning to do my daily routine of brushing my teeth, and to know this, like she said, maybe today I lose all my teeth or that I die. Or to wake up with someone else's bodily functions spread all over my bed, just like disgusting. And she went to college to learn, not to be abused.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And a very good point, which really needs to be made. One of my favorite movies that I've ever watched was Lord of the Flies. And this is where the children were allowed, it was after a plane crash, and they were put there, and the children were in charge of, like, governing what was going on. and they began to discriminate against other kids for whatever the reason was, and they started to form tribes as a way of survival. And I say that because born and raised in the city of Hartford, I have been a part of a lot of agencies in the community that was designed to give our children a place to safely go and engage in activity. And my wife will tell you this, I go to these places, and I've had this endeavor that I'm trying to put together. I'm trying to put together this Christian Fellowship Basketball League, not just because I'm a pastor, because you just don't bring children into a room, turn them loose, and let them just go. You must engage and instruct them. So when I see people and they invite me places, it's great that we got all these kids here, but where is the supervision? Because you know, now you have the kids that stay on the court all night long and they don't leave. Now you got the kids that's angry because you taking too many shots or you just played or whatever. So these are issues that must be addressed within our community, because now I look at it like this. It's almost like a two-headed snake. I feel bad for the child who had to go through this torment when they were just trying to get an education. But also I feel sorry for the child who did this, because somewhere along the way, someone taught her that she had a right of entitlement. That she had a right to go someplace, and as long as she's not spoken to. And this brings us to this probably a whole other show, but the social media. People don't understand that getting on social media and calling people names and displaying stuff,
but that's bullying. That's harassing, and it's bullying. So harassing is just another word for bullying. So if you're harassing people, you're bullying them. And so in this case, thank God for social media, because the girl had gone to the administration at the University of Harvard to explain to them what she thought was going on, to tell them some things that were going on with the roommate, and they just blew it off. Now, did they blow it off because she was black? Did they blow it off because it wasn't important? Did they blow it off because it's a common practice that happens at the university? You know, these are some questions that we need to have answered. And when people call me and say, rJo, what are you going to do? Well, let me tell you, as the president of the Sportsman Athletic Club and the Cricket Hall of Fame, I will tell you 100% that we are behind Miss Rowe. You know, and if we need to go up to the University of Hartford with her, we will go there, along with a lot of the other people who I know will go there. And it's not only just about her. If any other person has been tormented, you know, with a roommate or anybody else harassing you, bullying you just because, you know, of the color of your skin, we want to hear from you too, because I'm sure this is not an isolated case. This might be the extreme case, but I guarantee you this is not an isolated case. And also, as the chair of labor and education for the city of Hartford, I'm greatly concerned that this is one of our partners. University of Hartford is a partner of the city of Hartford. You know, and I'm very disappointed that they did not do more to try to help Miss Rowe before she had to go to social media. So, you know, we'll be continuing to talk about all of that stuff. But right now, we want to get to the kids in the double dutch, you know, and so we're going to get Miss Fatera to get the kids ready, and then we gonna do some double dutch. Right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna double dutch too. So make sure that y'all keep it locked right here on accesstv.org. Get hip and get a grip. We'll be right back.
Transformations Med Spa and Fitness in Windsor, Connecticut. Nurse practitioner rJo and the amazing staff will transform your body, mind, and soul to make you look and feel your best. They specialize in laser hair removal for any skin type using top-of-the-line FDA-approved lasers. Open Monday through Saturday by appointment only. So call now at 860-217-0764. 860-217-0764. To learn more about all their unbeatable promotions and specials, go to Facebook and become a friend. Make sure to follow them on Instagram.
Double Dutch Reunion Artist Collective. See you there.
My name is J. Stan McCauley, and I do business as Light Source Productions. I provide professional services in the area of strategic video communications. First, what we do is we help you craft your message using what I call the rule of the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. We do event documentation, content acquisition, full-scale productions, editing, and of course distribution through our social media television network. And with social media, video is more important now than it has ever been. Whether you're talking big business, small business, nonprofit, church, or just an individual. Let's say you're planning an event, a wedding, whatever the case may be. But let's say a big event, but no video. And you spent all this time, all these hours to put this event on, and maybe 100, 200 people attend the event. But more important than that is that thousands could attend by watching it on social media. But of course, you don't think about this until after the event is over. You can't afford not to capture it for social media. And despite what people think, I am affordable. Give me a call. Let's plan your next video project and share it with the world on my social media television network. I promise you that you will have the attention of one person, me.